What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and it's Top 10 Thursday. This year has been absolutely amazing for gamers. Month after month, we've had incredible releases come out back to back. But I'm going to try and do the impossible. I'm going to honor the best of the best on my list of the top 10 games of 2015. Number 10. Mortal Kombat X. It's not often that a fighting game can catch me off guard, but this is one sequel way better than anything I was expecting. This is one of those games that's easy to pick up. Just by playing it, you can learn new combos, and by really practicing, you keep finding out new secrets to your favorite kick-ass characters. Whether I'm wielding the machete of Jason to chop up my opponents, spitting acid as Reptile, or getting in close quarters to screw up people as Cassie Cage, every match is exciting because it's a battle of determination and skill. Seeing a triumphant return of this classic brawler has been a real treat. Number 9. Rocket League. Trying to explain this game sounds like complete madness. Basically, it's soccer, except everybody's driving rocket-powered race cars and the ball itself is freaking massive. As crazy as this might sound, the gameplay works perfectly. Mastering the controls is absolutely essential because one wrong boost can send the ball flying to the wrong side of the field. However, if you're able to ricochet it off a wall and score a goal, it can lead to a quick victory. We had a lot of multiplayer-focused games this year, most of which kinda sucked, but this is one game that showed us exactly how fun it is to play online with friends. Number 8. Batman Arkham Knight. Exploring Gotham City as the Cape Crusader has never been more epic. Right at the start, we're given full roam of the map and access to the Batmobile, so we get free reign to make our own path through this legendary town. It's not all fun and games though, because around every corner is another supervillain looking to put you in your bat grave. There's a special kind of joy in just getting to glide between the rooftops with your cape, drop down to the street level and beat up some thugs with the fluid combat system. It really makes you feel like the armored fist of justice. Number 7. Halo 5. Humanity's greatest hero, Master Chief, has gone missing in the deep reaches of space. The military isn't exactly thrilled about this, and they dispatch an elite team of Spartans to track him down. The campaign of this game has an interesting flow. Missions alternate between playing as Master Chief and searching for answers as to what happened to Cortana, and then filling the shoes of Spartan Locke and trying to follow Chief's trail and capture him. Where Halo 5 shines most though is in the multiplayer. There's an all-new mode called Warzone, where you're dropped into a battlefield that contains both enemy players and AI monsters. As you and your team take over bases, you get bigger guns, better vehicles, and stronger power-ups to tackle the increasingly difficult bosses that are spawning on the map. The mix of strategy, teamwork, and sweet laser guns makes every match a good time. Number 6. Splatoon. This is one shooter that I think took everyone by surprise. The core concept of this game is simple. Two teams of squid are trying to shoot more paint across a level than their opponents. The team that manages to coat more of the world in their color is the champion when the time runs out. Your cute squid kid doesn't have infinite ammo, so when your weapon runs dry, you need to swim in your team's paint to refill it. When you merge into the glossy mess on the ground, your character can move faster and also travel anywhere that the paint exists, including being able to climb straight up walls. You can use this to paint all the hard to reach spaces, to coat the corners that other people missed, or you can just use it to snipe the other players. That's right, if you want, you can just use your spray gun to slaughter opponents, cause remember, a dead squid doesn't paint anything. Number 5. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. A lot of drama has surrounded this title, and it may very well end up being the final game made by Konami, but at least they're going out with a bang. Metal Gear Solid has always been a series that prides itself on having deep, rich stories along with nearly perfect combat systems, and Phantom Pain is the best one yet. The game opens with an hour-long scene showing Snake escaping a hospital and swearing vengeance on those who betrayed him. Trust me when I say that Snake is not the kind of guy you want to piss off, because this game is pretty much 50 hours of intense sneaking and vicious firefights. Perhaps the most interesting aspect of this game is the fact that you can actually recruit soldiers, make your own private army, and even construct a giant base out on an island. Once you've built up your forces, you can plan out where to attack next, what you need to destroy, and decide who the next target's going to be. It's not often that you see a game that has a story of this size and scope, and even after watching the credits roll, the first thing you're going to want to do is get right back into the action. Number 4. Bloodborne. This game is made by the developers who designed Dark Souls, so as you can imagine, it can be extremely hard. Our hero is on a quest into the gothic city of Arkham, a place filled with twisted monsters and a population driven mad for blood. When I say this game is tough, I mean it. A few hits can easily kill you, so you need to constantly be on your guard for where the next strike can be coming from. Being on the offensive is the key to survival. Whenever you lose health, you have 3 seconds to hurt an enemy to gain some of your life back, which essentially adds a fresh dimension to harsh fights. Running away from a dangerous beast isn't always the best option. If you can get in close and really tear into it, it's possible to outlive something purely by sapping its health with each strike. Every fight is so frightening because one bad dodge can lead to an instant death, but you need to stay just close enough to constantly pull a little bit more of their life force from them. This is one game that makes you earn every single checkpoint through blood, sweat, and tears. Number 3. Super Mario Maker. As soon as you boot up Mario Maker, you're going to immediately see that this isn't a regular Mario title. The game is split into 2 sections, level crafting and level playing. Both are innovative and easy to learn. Using the Wii U gamepad, you can grab pieces from any 2D Mario game and throw them in the level. Flaming torches, Bowser's crazy clown head, cannons that shoot gold coins. The only limit is your imagination. Once your masterpiece is complete, you can put it online and see if people can beat it. The real joy of Mario Maker comes from getting to play all the crazy things people have been able to build. Every time you log in, there's hundreds of brand new levels ready to be played. It's like Nintendo is giving us the keys to the Mushroom Kingdom and letting us make all the horrible, brokenly impossible levels that we've dreamed of. Number 2. Fallout 4. After awakening from 200 years of cryosleep, our protagonist gets some bad news. A nuclear holocaust has wiped out nearly all of humanity, and those left alive must now carve out a harsh existence in this world. This may sound bleak, but these events actually set the stage for one of the most interesting sandbox games in years. While there is a plot line, the true story in Fallout 4 is the story you make for yourself. Pick a random direction and start walking. No matter which way you go, you're going to stumble upon something cool. For example, one time I was just wandering through the woods and I stumbled upon a partially intact neighborhood. Since I was curious, I started to check all the houses, and I actually found one with a functioning computer. By hacking into it, I found secrets of long-dead companies, and I got a fascinating glance into this world's history. This is what Fallout does wonderfully. It sets you free in the wasteland and lets you find your own unique experience. Number 1. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Walking the trail of a Witcher is not an easy life. As children, they're trained to be the problem solvers of the land, to kill the monsters that nobody else can handle, but also they have to live as outcasts. They're imbued with special magics that give them super strength, hardened skin, and the ability to throw spells, but people see this as horrible dark magic and make them live on the fringes of society. Geralt of Rivia doesn't really seem to mind working alone though, mostly because he's a little bit busy trying to stop the apocalypse. Taking on the troubles ahead is going to require us to use the full arsenal of The Witcher. Fighting in this game is primarily based around swordplay. On Geralt's back he wears 2 swords, one made from steel for handling wild animals and humans dumb enough to get in his way. The other is smelted from silver and can wound even the most mystical of creatures. When these blades aren't enough to tackle a foe, you can also use special sigils to toss fire, ice, and wind all on command. These tools of the trade keep you safe, but the real draw of this game is the hunt itself. We're tracking a young woman named Ciri, and finding her is a long, confusing path. Every time you talk to someone, a cutscene begins, and you're given options on how you want to respond. If you feel like being cold and distant, you can get a higher fee for performing a job, while if instead you're warm and friendly, you might get some useful information. Characters are animated in a way that makes them seem so alive. When Geralt gets mad, you can see somebody's face change into a mask of fear, whereas if you're kind to them, their face can be cautiously optimistic. The game ends up brilliantly weaving a narrative out of thousands of small interactions. It feels like pieces part of a bigger puzzle. It's an extraordinary and personal adventure from the very beginning to the very end, and for that reason, it wins my pick as the absolute best game of 2015. Did your favorite game not make the list? Got an idea for a future top 10? Leave it in the comments down below. Honestly, there were so many really mind-blowing games that I just couldn't fit on the list, and I feel bad about that. So I want you guys to tell me what your favorites were and exactly why they're the best. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Give this video a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Do you notice that my hat actually says DreamcastGuy now? Somebody sent me this. That is crazy to me. This has just been the craziest year of my life. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.